Kevin, I refuse for my vibes to be killed on 4th of July. I'm just going to say it right now. That loss sucked. That loss sucked. Orioles lose, 7-2, 7-3 final. Shout out Jordan Westberg. But overall, yuck, gross, disgusting. Throw it out of here. You took the series. You're still up 2 games on the New York Yankees. But yuck. Not gonna kill the vibes though. Happy 4th of July, everyone. How are we feeling, Kevin?
Yeah, happy 4th of July. I'm gonna have to pull a U today and put my mic here because my setup. I'm gonna be all the way over here, and obviously, we want to actually hear what I have to say. At least some people do. Other people don't. But
Voice sounds majestic.
Thank you. I think the baseball gods. The vibes are just too high after how last night's stream ended. And I feel like
that's true.
They had to bring it down a little bit. I think the vibes would have been explosively high if the Orioles had won. So the baseball gods ended up just saying, we got to put a stop to this. Sometimes that happens, but Flush just want to move on. Bullpen with a stinker of a stinker, and
we'll talk. And I'll even say the offense.
Well, the offense. All the blame is not on the bullpen, but. Look, between Brian Baker and Keegan Aiken, it was not good today.
Yeah, and can we stop this whole Keegan Aiken coming in big situations to face lefties things? It would be one thing if the stats agreed with it. He's coming in to face guys. J.P. Crawford hits lefties almost double as well as he hits righties.
Those splits are loud, man.
And then you have Keegan Aiken, who's not even really pitching that well against lefties this year. And it feels like every time he gets brought into these big situations against a lefty in a high leverage situation, he gives up runs. It almost feels like Keegan Aiken needs to be kept in that role of, I don't want to say mop up duty, but kind of when, even if it's a close game, he's a guy I want fresh inning. He goes 2-3 innings, 5th, 6th, 7th if needed. He's good in those roles. In these high leverage situations, it just feels like recently it's just not been going well.
Yeah, I mean, look, both Baker and Aiken were bad today. Baker, look, in a high leverage situation in a playoff game, that's not the guy you should be going to, but he has pitched well enough since being up where I'm just like, okay, this was just a bad outing. Right. With Aiken, it's been consistent where I think that you should not be putting him in high leverage situations at all right now. Whereas for Brian Baker, the way he's been pitching for the most part, you're like, okay, that kind of makes sense. But yeah, this was a bad outing. We're not excusing that. But with Aiken, it just feels like time after time. It's not every time, but a lot of the time he comes in and he just inherited runners. 2 guys he inherits and both of them score. He inherits the bases loaded this time, and obviously all 3 of them score. It feels like that's the consistency thing, where for Baker, at least he's been pitching well enough since being up. With Aiken, it's like it's so inconsistent. When he inherits runners, it's like they tend to usually come around to score. And it's just like, I don't know. In a 2-2 game, I mean, at that point, Zach, are you just letting Baker finish the inning at that point instead of bringing Aiken in? Like, what are you doing? Who are you bringing in?
Honestly, I loved the confidence Baker was pitching with after that strikeout. I thought he kind of got to a situation. And you even saw it at the end of the last at bat. Obviously, he ended up walking that guy, but he had started to really start throwing stuff by guys. I think at that point, especially with the way J.P. Crawford's hitting against righties this year, I think it's like 176. I would have kept the righty in. I don't want to keep him uninvolved too long because then he'll start yelling at us. But Rocco, geez, we're not moving to the 3 close-ups. How's it going, Rocco?
Hey, boys. How you doing?
How's it going? How was your 4th of July?
Spending it here, so it's going.
So fantastic.
Yeah, you know it. How are you
Rocco,
guys?
I'll pour one out for you.
Yeah, how am I? I'm a little sore in the legs today.
I thought you were gonna say like sore from drinking, and I was like, nice. And then it's from running down hallways.
Yeah, which I think by the end of the show, we might have to bring those clips up to get the vibes back. But
No
For
doubt.
real.
No
God.
doubt. How many people do we have watching right now?
4th of July on
Yeah.
a loss, I'm not expecting a lot.
I don't
It's
either.
43. It's 43.
But-
You know?
That's not terrible. Appreciate
But-
everybody for being here, especially after a loss and on a holiday. That's kind of like the double whammy, and we still got people in here, so appreciate everybody for tuning in.
I do want to let the people that are in here know. So obviously, we do a lot video wise on YouTube. I don't know if you guys listen when you're not watching on YouTube or Twitter or wherever wherever you watch, but we're trying to push more of the audio form as well. So if you do listen on the audio form, whether you do or whether you don't, if you can, I don't know what your form or your first choice is, if it's Apple or Spotify, wherever you're at, leave us a review and rate the Ryan Ripken show on there, despite how you feel about it. It could be a 1-star because you see Zach's mustache and glasses on the show every day. It could be a 5-star because Kevin runs through hallways at 2 a.m. Because we raised $50 to do so. But if you can, drop a review, drop a rating. Let us know what you think, because we're really trying to see what this whole thing looks like. And we can't do this. We can't make it bigger without the feedback we get from you guys. So we really appreciate you all tuning in, watching, downloading, subscribing, all that you do. So we appreciate it. And last night was a movie. That was incredible.
It was. We'll break some of it down probably later in the show today, just when we're done with the baseball portion. But speaking of audio form and on Apple, obviously you can leave comments. If you want to give a 5-star review, write out what you love about the show, and then at the end say Rocco sucks. We will take it.
Yeah.
That's okay. Listen, I will 1,000% take that. But right now, we only got 8 ratings on Apple right now. Ratings and reviews. Got to get the numbers up a little bit there, people. That's what we're
All right,
talking about.
Who has
What's that?
4.5 stars? What's the
Do a
lowest? Have we gotten
4.5 4.5 out of, yeah, we got a couple 1-star ratings. So, there's
Nice.
some people out there, but it is what it is. So, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna be real though. If I had to listen to myself, I'd give it a 1-star as well. So I'm
Same.
not gonna hate on people.
Dude,
At least,
that
at least they're
1-star
self-aware. At
1
least they're
star and
self-aware.
Yeah.
actually has a 1-star rating. So it's like they just own it at that point in time. Yeah, I'm pretty
1-star
if
and
you do a
Fed
1-star,
is electric though.
it's very much
it-
so. Yeah.
I wonder what the rating would be on Kevin's app.
Let's see. Yeah.
The vibes.
1-star Country Club actually has a 1.5 star. First of all, it's called a country club, which is like, it's not
Yeah, I
really
love
a country club, but, is what it is. So, yeah,
I love how we're just not talking Orioles at all right now.
it's usually how this show goes.
I mean,
What?
we do after. Okay, let's do
What'd
our
you guys-
1 up, 1 down. Let's do our 1
Yeah.
up, 1 down.
We only got a few minutes, but yeah. go
1
for it.
up, 1 up. I'll go. I guess Gunner. Like, I'll go Gunner. I'll take the easy one. Obviously there are some downsides. I love the aggressiveness. Wouldn't have mattered in the end, I guess, but would have loved for him to just lead off the game with a double. Don't always have to try to stretch it and make stuff happen. 1 down. There's just a lot of downs. There was a lot of downs this game.
I'll go the move to bring Keegan Aiken in. That's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to blame Keegan Aiken because we all saw him give up, obviously, those 5 runs. I would have kept Brian Baker in. I just think at that point, you ride the guy who just got 2 strikeouts and you see if he can make something happen again. And Brian Baker's a guy who it seems like he'll give up the fly ball, but doesn't leave the yard. So it just felt like, especially with J.P. Crawford hitting less than 200 against right-handed pitchers, I would have let Brian Baker in. So my 1 down will be that decision.
I guess I'll go next. I'll go Jordan Westberg for mine. I know the produce man. We all love produce. Actually, had some corn tonight for dinner, which was talk about produce, corn.
I just realized it's past dinner time. You said I had it for dinner, and I was like, oh.
Have you not eaten yet?
7:20. No, Kevin, I've been.
You just said it's past dinner time, so you're like, okay, it's past dinner time. Does that mean you ate or you haven't eaten yet?
Zach, that was so delayed.
Because I was like,
What's happening right now?
whose mic is doing that?
Right now? What is going on? Knock it off. Kevin, stop it. Can't be my mic, can it? Kevin just muted himself. It was him.
Just muted him.
Kevin, it sounded like a firework was going off inside of your house.
Kevin, no, Kevin, you are done.
Not me.
Kevin, yeah.
Not me. Dude, it's like, are you ever in the Xbox party with your buddies and you're trying to figure out like who's echoing and then everyone unplugs their mic and it ends up being you? You're muted. Zach, I can't hear you. What's happening? What's happening? Can anyone hear me?
Can you hear me? Can you hear
Now
me?
I can. Kevin, knock it off. Get out.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not, Kevin.
Kevin.
No.
Here's your
Holy
privileges.
crap. Kevin, no. Stop unmuting yourself. All right, you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I don't want to hear Kevin ever again.
I don't want to ever hear Kevin go unmuted again. I feel like he's just going to hurt our ears.
Damn it, Aviator. I thought we were friends after that moment we shared yesterday. That was
All
fantastic.
right, wait. Do we try this one more time? Do we try this with Kevin one more time?
No, we talk about my I'll go my one up, one down.
No, I switched my mic. Over. Let me try to switch it back to the other one real quick and see. And
so it works now and you're gonna switch it back.
No, I'm gonna see if this one works. All right.
No, just stay on this.
Yeah, you are so perfect right now.
Is it good?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good. I fixed it. All right, there we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that was a scene.
I'm gonna go one down first, and it's not just one.
You're so bold.
It's what?
I just said you're so bold for starting with one down.
My one
so
down. I'm gonna go two
so
down.
quirky of you.
Thanks, dude. I'm trying to be trendy here. It's gonna be the relievers in this game. I mean, Brian Baker, Keegan Aiken. It was just Baker loads him up, Aiken knocks him down in a bad way. It was like that 1-2 punch. That was not great at all. It was tough to watch. You don't want, especially for Corbin Burns coming in. I mean, his schedule's all messed up because he's a guy that sticks to that schedule. It's like every 5 days or whatever he's pitching. Like he does not miss his starts. But wife had twins. Good for him. Congratulations to the Burns family. He was placed on the paternity list. And, that can mess up your schedule a little bit, I'm sure, for both of them. So when that happens and then you come back, the travel schedule is off a little bit. I'm not making excuses for the guy, but he didn't pitch a bad game by any means with all things considered. Goes 6 innings, 2 earned, loaded the bases up, and what was it? 2 runs ended up scoring off him in the inning. But for Baker to come in, load him up, and Aiken to give up the bases clearing double, and I know those weren't his inherited runs, but the 2-run homer was. It's just not what you want to see. Not at all. It's like just rough to watch the bullpen go out there and do that.
Rocco,
did you pay attention today? Corbin Burns is horrible. If he doesn't throw 7 shutout innings, he's really bad. Do you not remember that?
It's like, are you the spring training guy that said trade him before the season even began?
Yeah, no. Remember, he should have started in AAA. Did you see his spring training numbers?
I AAA, man. I think that
maybe single A.
Yeah.
We should have been calling him in the Iron. Yeah, I was just
get him out. Get him out,
Kevin. Oh wait, did you do your one up yet?
No, because you guys rudely kicked me out of the stream.
Oh, I didn't do my one.
I'm asking Rocco. Hold on, Kevin.
Wow.
I'm going to take
your
it
mic.
easy. I mean, there wasn't a lot of good in this game from the O's, aside from what Gunnar Henderson did at the plate. 3 hits, a triple shy of the cycle. So Gunnar Henderson to do that, to get the home run derby started early with the opposite field home run. Yeah, exactly. That's what look right here. That's what we're saying.
Yep.
Agree, Nick.
So done.
Agree. But Gunner's got to be my one up, and that's taking the easy way out. But not a lot of good in this game. against a Mariners lineup that the bats woke up, and unfortunately, it was against the Orioles late in the game.
Kevin,
All right.
what are we feeling?
So mine will be Jordan Westberg. My one up. I could go Cedric here too. Cedric went 2 for 4 today, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Jordan Westberg, and then my one down, since everybody kind of took everybody else. I'm gonna go. I'll say Jorge Mateo today, just to be different. For the bottom of the lineup. We could have said James McCann for the one up, also. By the way, 2 for 3 of the walk.
Yeah,
I felt so bad for James McCann in that one at bat.
I know.
He was got hit 3 times?
Yeah, in the head.
That
the
was
one
insane.
time, so the last one that hit his bat, I thought it hit him in the helmet. And when he grabbed his bat to continue, I was like, someone go get him. I was like, he thinks he's still batting. And then they're like, oh, it hit the bat. And I was like, oh, okay. I was like, I thought that he got hit in the head so badly that he thought he was still up. And I was like, oh, no. I was like, that is not a good sign.
Yeah, that was a rough at bat to watch.
Yeah. I see the chat also was not a fan of Jorge today.
Yeah. Jorge had a rough day, but I'll give it to Jorge. He's been doing well.
I mean, look, at the end of the day, we try to put things in perspective here and be realistic on this show.
They took 2 of 3.
Yes, when things are going bad and there are things that are happening that are bad, we will talk about them. When things are going good, obviously we'll do that too. Here's the reality of what happened over, God, I want to say the weekend. It feels like a weekend. But what happened over the course of this week right here, right? The Orioles took 2 or 3 from the Mariners.
It is Friday. It's Thursday.
Yeah, right? It feels like a weekend. That's what I'm saying. It feels like the weekend.
Shit.
Crazy. But look, the Orioles took 2 or 3. Okay, Zach, you're not slick. What?
You want me to just do it on screen? Okay, Jesus. Okay.
What was that?
Calm down.
Someone needs to clip Zach getting caught in 4. I know. You did the right thing.
It's just this. It's just this.
Went like this. He was like,
you did the right thing. I'm just saying. You did the right thing. I'm just
calm down, everyone. Jeez.
Not trying to get demonetized, Kev.
I know that we gotta keep it on the down low. All right, I like that. But the Orioles took 2 or 3. The Yankees got swept, right? And Brian, exactly correct.
Womp womp.
You'll take this 10 out of 10 times, 100 out of 100 times. You win a series and your division rival who's in the AL East race with you gets swept. You take that all the time. Was it a great game today? No, but it's also not realistic to sweep every series and win 162 games. You're gonna have outings like this. You held the Mariners offense to 1 run in 2 games before this. Obviously, giving up 7 to this offense is not like ideal, especially considering how much they've struggled decently throughout the season. Felt like Julio Rodriguez couldn't get anything, and then he gets the homer, and you're just like, okay, really, this is when we're doing this right now. Couldn't be after this game. But you take a series like this, you take an outcome like this, where I would sacrifice, I would take a loss like this to have everything else that happened, which is 2 wins and a Yankee sweep for 1 loss. That's essentially 5 wins to 1 loss, if you really want to put it in perspective. So, not a great game. We're not going to say it was. We're not going to say that there weren't issues in this game with specific players because we talked about it. But in the grand scheme of things, it was okay.
Want me to put things into perspective, Kev? Since we're putting things into perspective before I roll out of here.
Yeah. Do you want to tell us fans how we should be reacting about our team? How lucky we should be?
Heck yeah.
Have you showered the past 2 days?
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah.
Okay.
I showered?
Anyway.
Yeah.
I actually showered right before I came on this.
I don't believe you. Just look like a person that doesn't shower ever.
Where'd that come from?
I mean,
Rocco's hurt because I called him out.
Just look at him. First of all, as our fearless leader Ryan Ripken always says, it's thank you, Casey. Yes, they are. Appreciate you. At least someone has my back. Avoid sweeps, win series. What did the Orioles do? They didn't get swept. They won the series. Not only did they do, I mean, they took 2 out of 3 in Seattle as they begin that West Coast road trip. Okay, where the standings are right now, the Orioles have the second most wins in all of baseball behind the Phillies. Okay, that's number one. Number two, they have the second best run differential in all of baseball. Okay, number three, they've won 6 of their last 10. So Orioles in a good spot right now, heading to Oakland, where they are going to hopefully make a mark and make a statement in their last series ever in Oakland at the Coliseum. Crazy day. Crazy series upcoming. But you want to go in there and you don't want to see an Orioles team that is the best of the best in baseball play down to the level of the Oakland Athletics. I don't think they played down to the level of the Mariners, who are struggling offensively. I think, listen, okay, you're not going to win every single game. It happens. On to the next series. Finish this series, or start and finish this series strong against the A's. Take care of business out there in the Coliseum and leave happy with a big series win. So they're in a great position right now.
Yeah.
I also think people kind of forget that the Mariners are in first place in the AL West. Like, taking 2 of 3 versus the Mariners is very good. Like, yes, it sucks because the Orioles were up 2-0 with an opportunity to sweep, and you feel like you should win that with Corbin Burns on the mound. And I agree. But the whole goal of this, like you said, Rocco, is to win series, avoid getting swept. And you head into Oakland now with an opportunity to win another series. You go in, you take 2 of 3 there, you finish up the road trip. You finish up the road trip. And it's one of those things where you almost feel like the Orioles want to get revenge on the Athletics, which is weird to say. But remember, that's where 2 of Craig Kimbrell's blown saves were.
Mm-hmm.
So, a little bit there where you felt like the Orioles should have swept the Athletics in Baltimore. You end up losing 2 of 3. It really feels like it's one of those moments where the Orioles want to go in there, at least take 2 of 3, if not sweep. And they have a good chance. We see I think Grayson's pitching. Have we heard? I know Grayson and Suarez are pitching. Do we know the other one?
Thought I saw Povich. I can't remember the pitching.
It would make sense for it to be Povich, but I wasn't sure. I saw Grayson and Suarez were reported by Rockabaco.
I'll try to find it real quick.
They have
the C4s are flowing, baby.
Suarez, Povich, Grayson in Oakland.
So it is Povich?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Suarez against Harris in the first game, Povich against Medina in the second.
Zach, I really hope C4 with alcohol.
Rodriguez and Spence.
You hope I'm not mixing C4 and alcohol?
Yeah, and you know what? I really think you are. And it all makes sense now because your brain is just not functioning. So,
dude, that was my go-to in college with C4 and alcohol. So
you're a sick man. You need help.
Yeah, but like that's not what we're talking about right now. We're talking about the Orioles.
If I was a lead attorney for Zach, he'd be guilty in every single facet. Just look at the guy's face. Does that look like the face of an innocent man?
Yes,
absolutely.
I would shave. I would have to shave before court.
Yeah, you'd have to do a lot of things before court, like shower, like you haven't done.
Didn't you have jury duty?
Where is this? Yeah, that was a whole thing. That was crazy.
Yeah, Ryan. This is not the Ryan Ripken show. Actually,
this is correct. This is not the Ryan Ripken show. This is Kevin and Zach React. So this is a show under the Ryan Ripken Media empire. So the Ryan Ripken show with Ryan goes live.
I love that we're just calling it an empire now.
I don't remember who started it, but it really caught on.
Dude, Ryan's just sitting on the plane, shaking his head like, "You're damn right. It's a media empire. You're damn right." Yeah, but yeah, Ryan joins sometimes. He's a good kid. I join sometimes. I'm a bad kid, but it's these two jabronis running the show. Post game, game.
Each day on the new channel. I don't know. I'm going to talk to Ryan about this.
I hope
tomorrow. Maybe
we have to Kevin, we haven't sent our expressions in, have we?
Huh?
Did we send our expressions to Fields?
No, I thought he said he was just gonna. Well, even
All right.
even before it actually gets set up, we should just make the channel to get people to subscribe to it, so we have at least a base when it starts. So we're not doing our first live stream with one tweet out saying subscribe, and we have 5 subscribers to the first.
But how electric would that be, Kevin?
Not electric. Not electric.
I'm gonna roll out, boys. Just as a reminder to everyone in the chat, if you can, leave us a rating review on Apple, Spotify for the audio forms on the Ryan Ripken show, because all of this, like Zach and Kevin were joking about, like the Ryan Ripken media empire, like all of this, anything we're doing is funneling into the Ryan Ripken show. So let us know what you think. Be honest. Like I said, 1 star, 5 star, 3 star, 4 star, 2 star for Zach. Doesn't matter. We just appreciate the feedback, and we're looking to build off of whatever we can going forward. So appreciate you guys.
All right, bye. He thought we were going to say we appreciate him too.
I kicked him out.
He thought he's about to try. I knew he was going to rejoin. I knew.
I didn't-
I did it. I did
here.
it. I put him back.
Wait, Rocco. Before we go.
Yeah. Haven't eaten it yet, but I haven't eaten it yet. I'm gonna actually got to heat it up soon. I'm on my dinner break technically right now, but that's what it looks like. It looks decent.
All right. Well, all right. Then don't leave yet.
You guys want a little? You guys want a little?
Yeah, eat it on stream.
Doesn't look too bad, does it? It's seasoned a little bit.
All right. Take a piece real quick.
Yeah. Trying to cut down, so no rice.
You're just eating chicken.
Just eating chicken. Yep. That's what I'll do. Like if I do ground beef, I forgot to cook it. I'll do the ground beef and broccoli. Sometimes I put a little Asian zing sauce on it. I either go with like the Asian zing beef and broccoli, or I'll do beef and broccoli, and I'll kind of like turn it. Or sorry, it's turkey and broccoli technically, but you get what I'm saying. Kind of turn it into like a taco bowl. So it sounds nasty, but it's pretty good.
All right, let's see it.
Thanks, guys.
Let's get this first bite.
Kevin, that's cold chicken. I'm not just gonna eat cold chicken right now.
Why
Are
not?
you serious?
I do it all the time. You kidding me?
I'm gonna heat it up.
You don't eat.
You can't
cold
eat
chicken?
a single. You can't eat a single piece.
You can't
of
eat
cold
one
chicken.
piece. After all I've done on this channel, you cannot eat a single piece of cold chicken.
I guess I can.
Yeah, you can.
Just like straight up, like no sauce or anything.
Have you never eaten just cold chicken before?
Have you never just taken?
There
How
you
is
go.
it? Just let
There
us
you
know.
go.
Tender. Not bad. Good flavor. And it's not like overcooked. So I put the honey bourbon seasoning on it, like the marinade. I put it in a bag for like 20 to 30 minutes. And here we are. It's actually not bad. Maybe I'll eat the whole dish just cold. I'm not going to do that, but
I know you're not.
Why don't you do it?
Yep. Steven, thank you. Shout out to you.
Appreciate you, Steven.
Thank you.
Steven.
Appreciate it.
Also a great name. Also, many don't know this. It's my legal first name with a PH.
Spelled like that?
Yep.
I thought it was with a V.
No, PH.
Well,
okay.
I'm telling you it's with a V. So
It's not. It's literally not with a V, Kevin.
well, I'm telling you.
Maybe your name's
Okay.
Kevin. Maybe your name's Kevin with a PH. Kevin.
Why would it be Kevin with Kevin?
Kevin.
Striker.
Wait, Rocco, can't you do it on Apple Music as well?
Yeah.
You can use on Apple Podcasts.
app. Yeah, if you
Yeah,
guys
I
have
don't
the
think-
Apple Podcast app,
I
check it
don't
out.
think you can't leave like a comment with a review on Spotify, but you can leave a comment on Apple. So depending on if you can also just rate 5 stars on Apple and not leave a comment. But
Exactly.
yeah, really appreciate.
Yes, Laura, that is exactly it. Steven Rocker DeSangro. Yep. Been
you
called
have, like,
Rocco my whole life.
Do you have like
Huh?
a middle name?
Are you trying to dox me, Kevin?
Learn how to use the word before you use it, Rocco. Jeez.
I have a confirmation name.
What's your confirmation name?
It was Francis.
No.
What?
Wait. Never mind. Never mind. I thought that was mine for a second. I was like, that's not actually it. That's not. I forget what mine is, but now looking back, it's not Francis. At first, I thought we picked.
Zach, do me a favor. Mix in a water, bud.
All right, so Rocco unfortunately couldn't stay much longer.
Wow, that's crazy. A bad internet connection. Jeez.
It really sucks.
Crazy how that works. You know, we really wanted to hear what Rocco had to say, but just bad internet.
Yeah, and real
Bad
fast,
internet.
I did want to.
Just been outside, so it will be free to sub. We're still just doing it on YouTube. Nothing will change. We just want to separate a little bit the Ryan Ripken show from this show so that we kind of clean up the channel a little bit, so you know what is us talking and what is the show and live shows. So no extra money, nothing like that.
Well, we will have a different membership thing, but there's no pressure to do that. Like we know that if you just want to keep it with one membership on this channel for Ryan Ripken, that's totally fine. We'll have something to where if you want to support us and you want to have another membership, we will have that and we will have exclusive content. But you don't have to feel any pressure to do that if you already are a member here. You
nothing will be behind.
We welcome it. We welcome you to be a member over on the other channel too, but you don't have to feel any pressure to do any of that. Oh my God.
Why? Why are you? Shouldn't you have left like 10 minutes ago?
All right. If you're not eating cold chicken, you have to go.
Why?
I thought you said you had to leave.
Just want to hang out with my friends.
Dude, I thought you had to leave. So why did you have to leave before?
I do have to leave, but I don't know.
Where are you going?
Back to doing my daily job.
Can we watch you do it on stream?
No. Rocco does this on my biggest pet peeve is when Rocco will be doing an interview on the show and Rocco will stay on the screen and he turns to his other computer and you'll just see him typing and I'm like, Rocco, get off the screen. Yes, it's that. The best was you asked Tim Kirchin a question and Tim is answering it and you turn. I'm like Rocco, it's Tim Kirchin answering you, and then he finishes and you were like, "Yeah, Tim, I really think that." And I was like, "What are we doing here?"
Hey, man. Grind never stops.
That's
Rocco
me.
does have a cool ass brother. Rocco does have
with this setup, I can do a full 360. Ready?
No, put him on the big screen. Put him on the big screen.
Oh yeah.
Do it again, Kevin.
Do it again. Do it again on the big screen.
Do it again, Kevin.
On the tiny. Do it again on the big screen.
Look what I can do.
This is like when a little kid
he's like
says, "Watch." It's like, watch this. This is the shit they do.
Well, you ever see Mad TV? Stewart?
Yeah.
Kevin gives off big Stewart vibes, just like his actions.
Yeah. No, but seriously, like Kevin, every day, he's so great to the show, and I'm just glad we. Oh, Kevin, I didn't see you put your headphones back in.
What's with the Audi shirt, man? Are you just like a big car guy?
No, I'm not that big of a car guy. My dad had. I am actually dizzy right now.
What if he just puked from that?
That'd be content.
That would be great content. The day after you ran the 40.
This is exactly how it works, Nick. 100%.
You have to. Rules are rules.
Oh my God. You're not going to stay for the. And that's right. Actually, my slogan is anything and then in parentheses within reason for content.
Which is kind of wild. Yeah.
That'll be. We have a couple slogans. We started where I'm gonna start. Where's our pH? We started a pH trend.
I know.
Kevin,
Francis.
Is that how you spell it, Francis?
Oh no! Now it is. Dude, have you ever seen the video or it's like the meme? It's like, yeah, my name's spelled Steven with a PH, and they're like, okay, Steven. Like they started the name with a PH instead of the S. Huh?
What?
Zach
Just
is
the fact that Rocco explained that commercial after that's literally what everyone in the chat was just doing.
all right. I'll see you guys.
Just insane.
Oh my god.
He just left.
Now he actually left. Okay, so now we can actually be serious again.
All right, back to Orioles content.
Yeah, do we want to talk about? I feel like we haven't talked about like bullpen trades. We've been really hyper focused on starters, which I think is fine, but bullpen.
Yeah, bullpen was definitely rough today. I saw a few people
Are you
saying,
overreacting, underreacting, or do you think the reaction is just right for what happened today in terms of what?
"Oh, everything's an overreaction today." I mean, they took 2 of 3. It sucks, but like they took 2 of 3. It's an overreaction. Does that mean they don't need bullpen help? No, they need bullpen help. But people are saying Keegan Aiken and Brian Baker shouldn't be on this team. They've proven time and time again that they do have value. I understand that it sucks when they blow these type of games, but offense also scored 3 runs, so that's tough. Although I guess you expect 3 runs to kind of beat the Mariners, but 5 runs in 1 inning. 5 runs in 1 inning is not going to do it. It was a tough ass inning. I mean, it sucked, but at the end of the day, I'm just kind of chalking it up to bullpen had 1 blow up inning, and that's what lost us this game.
Yeah. And again, I think there are 2 different ways you can look at what bullpen help is. I would love for Baltimore to acquire a starter and a reliever. Now, my prediction, I've been pretty vocal about what I think they're going to do. Again, what I would like them to do is get a starter and a guy in the bullpen. But what I think they'll do is they will view Suarez and Irvin as bullpen help. I know Irvin's there right now, but I feel like if they acquire a starter, you can officially move Suarez to the bullpen. And that essentially is your in-house bullpen help. It's tough because you also have a bunch of guys in AAA right now that could come up, and whether that including Nick Vespi, by the way, who you could bring back up and deserves a shot on an MLB club, if not the Orioles. But we talk about Chase McDermott. There are a bunch of other guys who you could potentially see, but that would involve them DFAing Brian Baker or sending Aiken down. And do they want to do that? Again, it's not about what we think they should do, Zach. It's about what they're actually going to do. And I don't know. It feels like Hyde kind of – I'll find the quote quickly because he talked about the decision. I don't know if you saw the decision to bring Keegan in for Baker here. He said, really poor pitch 7th, almost got out of it, but Aiken falls behind 3-0. Just got to do a better job in that situation. Bring the lefty in and fell behind 3-0 and center cut a fastball. Didn't execute well that inning. So look, he understands it wasn't great. Not really a ton in there about the decision itself. But I don't know. Do you feel like they would DFA a guy like Baker or send a guy down like Aiken to bring up a McDermott at this point for the bullpen or bring up one of those other guys who's pitching really well? Or do you think that they have that trust in Aiken and Baker and they're not going to do it?
I've seen a few tweets today talking about kind of their guys down in AAA that are not on the 40-man roster that kind of deserve shots, and one of them obviously being Chase McDermott. You know, we've talked about guys like that. I would love to see one of those guys maybe get an opportunity in the bullpen before the trade deadline to kind of see what you have, but it doesn't change the fact that I think they still need to go get an arm at the deadline. As much as we've talked about it, trying the in-house stuff, Crook, Baker, obviously they brought up Povich. Vespi is up and down like every other day. So I'm just going to assume he's going to be back up eventually. But it just feels like every time they bring someone up, they do well for a little bit, and then at the end of the day, they kind of fall back to earth. I would love for them to go grab one more guy because then you can get Coulomb back in September, hopefully. That's another arm people are kind of forgetting about. You know, I hate to use it as like the GM talk of like, we consider this as we're getting an addition after the trade deadline, and fans hate all that, but it is true. You're getting a guy in Coulomb back who you do rely on. and you think is one of your top 2 pitchers probably in this bullpen, you get him back, you add an arm at the trade deadline. I think they do add a starter and a bullpen piece, but I just don't think they're completely sold with everyone in the bullpen.
And I don't think they should be. I mean, obviously, there is a level of coach speak to this whole thing, right? You're not going to go up there and just absolutely like blame your guys and say, yeah, he sucks and this is terrible. That never happens. And, nobody should expect that to happen, because if they can't go out there and get bullpen help, or if there's just not an organizational alignment, which does happen. I don't think it's happening in Baltimore. I think there is an alignment with the organization, but I think we see it with other clubs where sometimes the coach, the manager, the front office people, they're not aligned on which guys need to be up and which guys need to be down. Sometimes that can be detrimental. Again, I don't think it's happening in Baltimore. I want to make that very clear. But there's that other aspect of, if they don't get bullpen help, well, Aiken's probably going to be up.
Yeah.
Or the other option, obviously, is sending him down and then bringing somebody else up. But there is a level of the mental side of it where you have to say you believe in your guys. Obviously, there is a level to it where you probably do. I mean, these guys are together all the time and there's all this stuff. But again, it's an organization, you have to realize when it's not working. That's where, like with Baker, he was pitching well enough to the point where I'm just like, okay, really bad outing today, not excusing it. But the larger sample size of his season right now has been more good than bad. With Aiken, we have a larger sample size. There has been a lot more inconsistency and inherited runner scoring, et cetera, et cetera. That to me is where, like, what's the final straw with that? When do you send him back down? When do you give another guy a shot? Because look, come October, if this team is in the playoffs, which again, we all expect them to be, if this team is in the playoffs, it's a whole new season. But with that, it's a whole new season for everybody. But at the same time, that doesn't mean that struggles will automatically go away. Sometimes it works that way where guys, and we talk about it with Evaldi and just how he can be like this terrible pitcher in the regular season, then just is the best pitcher to ever throw a baseball in the playoffs. So it can happen. But if you're a fan, like, let me ask you, Zach, are you confident right now if they had to throw Keegan Aiken out there in the 7th inning of a playoff game?
No.
Exactly.
Not at all. And I think that's why they have to make a move in the bullpen. I'm not sure if I even trust Irvin right now in the 7th inning of a high leverage playoff game. Like, that's nothing against Cole Irvin, but he's been a starter. Like, it's hard to go from being a starter to suddenly you're a guy who's asked to go out and go full out for 3 outs. Like, even though they could potentially, additionally add bullpen help by getting a starter and moving Suarez and Irvin to the bullpen. Like you said, Irvin's already been moved. I still think they need one more guy. I'm even recently, I know he had a really good outing, yesterday, but Yennier Cano's even been inconsistent recently, and it feels like there's just a lot of guys that, as we said, they're looking for solutions in the bullpen, and it's not that there's certain guys that are the problem, but a lot of guys that don't always help being the solution to help. Everyone, 3 or 4 guys have a really good outing, and then one guy slips up, and that's where they lose it. But then he has 2 or 3 really good outings, but someone else slips up. And it feels like that inconsistency where it's always just 1 or 2 guys that are, despite the whole bullpen pitching well, are kind of throwing a game here and there. And that's what's most frustrating about this group. It's what we've talked about from the beginning. It's just we want consistency.
I am going to give the most scalding take I have ever given on this show. This is about to get, 4th of July. We're getting crazy. Zach has a crazy shirt on. Shout out. Oh, there he goes. Spicy water.
Something like that.
Okay, spicy water. My scalding hot take is outside of that stretch, has Craig Kimbrell been the closest thing to a solution for this Orioles bullpen?
Without a doubt. All
right, so maybe not as hot as I thought it was. Okay. All right, maybe not as hot as I thought it was.
I mean, is he going to stress everyone out? I think he's proven that time and time again.
But
he's gotten the job done. The stats speak for himself. Since May 10th, he has a .57 ERA. People are hitting the opponent batting average is below 100. Craig Kimbrell, as much as people, He had the weird hit batters that got on. He will stress you out beyond belief. But my God, has he gotten the job done? 21 saves. 21 saves in 1/2. Come on, people.
Yeah, there's a difference between him stressing you out and getting the job done.
Wait. Casey, I'm sorry if you're afraid of the truth, but Craig Kimbrell has been damn good since May 10th.
It was there champagne before this, maybe, but I'm not denying nor.
Oh, Kevin! Oh,
what?
Kevin,
do you think I only drink water and lemonade?
Yes,
and apple juice and grape juice and pineapple juice.
Kind of. I'm just,
We have never gone out together, which does have to change. Why? No, something about me that is very, very specific. I think I've said it on the show before. I can only eat one hot dog at a time. Doesn't matter what it is. I can only eat one hot dog at a time. You want me to eat 2 hot dogs? I can't do it. I can only eat one hot dog at a time. It's true. It is a very well-known fact among my friends and family that you cannot feed me more than one hot dog at a time.
I just want to randomly say, because Masson is still on my television, Masson, besides the Orioles and Nationals, has the wildest content I've ever seen. I'm currently watching sumo wrestling, and it's kind of electric. I don't really understand. I feel like low-key the Ravens need to be talking to these boys.
And you know those videos of like people at Walmart who are stealing and like the security guards come and like tackle them.
Oh my God, this guy is 6'2", 362. Why is he not competing for the left guard spot in Baltimore right now?
I know. I actually, when I lived in LA, I was living out of a hotel for a couple weeks, and the hotel TV, huh?
Oh no. Ravens left guard might be going down. Nope, they are in a standstill. Yo, kind of low key. The crowd is good. He lost. Oh no.
Well, but yeah, I got into
back to the drawing table.
Well, I got into professional cornhole because that was the only thing that my TV in the hotel in LA played, and it was like professional cornhole. It was electric, and then I went to play actual cornhole, and I was awful.
Yeah, I could see that.
Not great.
Not great. No. Anything else? Anything else we really got to talk about? I
don't know, dude.
It's 4th of July. What are the what are the vibes? Let's talk vibes for the next like 10-ish minutes before we head out of here. How are we feeling? Like, let's just talk vibes around the Orioles. Yes, today sucked, but up 2 games on the New York Yankees on July 4th. Remember what? 3 weeks ago, the sky was falling because the Orioles were 4.5 games back. The Yankees have lost 11 of their last 14.
So, yeah, put it in perspective. It's pretty good. So, I mean,
most wins in the American League.
You take it. What would be a disappointment for you in this upcoming series? I think they should take at least 2 or 3.
Yeah, if they lose 2 of 3, like if they only get 1 of 3 or get swept, that is a disappointment. I will never say winning a series is a disappointment.
I agree.
There's as much as we look at bad teams and you're like, you want to sweep this. Like, I would love, it's ideal if they get this sweep. If you take 2 of 3 against any Major League Ball club, that's a win. So if you win every series, you're going to win the division. Just win each series. I will say though, you want to talk about what could be just an absolutely electric series is, when is it? I'm trying to once again, my ESPN app thinks it's August. Yankees at Orioles right before the All-Star break is going to be, if the Orioles are still up, let's say 2.5 to 3 games, and they go into that series with an opportunity to take it to 5 or 6 game lead going into the All-Star break, it's going to feel like October at Camden Yards. I'm telling you that right now. I hate that Sunday game is 11:35 in the morning, though. There's no reason. That should be Sunday Night Baseball. That needs to be Sunday Night Baseball. But we're going to have to go to that series.
Yeah. Which, by the way, we are going to try to do more at stadium content, whether it's Zach, myself, Ryan, Rocco, Brad, whoever, be in there getting content. I don't know if people are familiar with like what Side Talk does or the interviews. Obviously, one interview became very popular over the course of these past couple of weeks, which Brad, I think that's Brad's favorite thing in the world right now, who is the most mature of the group, obviously. But try to do more things like that where, we'll have a microphone. Zach, I know you did it at one of the games. Was that video ever released?
No, it's coming out soon. We have to still. Right. It's got to just kind of be released. It's there.
Okay. Well, whenever that's released, it'll be released. But doing more things like that, where, yeah, yes, we'll flash this. There you go. All right. That's exactly what it is, though, where we want to be able to engage and interact with the community in person. So being able to get that content, maybe prizes will be involved. Rocco very generously donated some stuff for us to use for that. So we're going to try to set more of that up over the course of the next, I don't know if it's going to be anything before the All-Star break, but definitely after. And as we get into the playoffs, absolutely, that's going to happen. So we're going to see what we end up doing there, but maybe it'll be Orioles trivia. Maybe it'll be Ryan Ripken show trivia. Maybe I'll be doing random wacky challenges with people at Pickles. It's now very well known I've never had an orange crush before, which everybody apparently hates me for. So, well,
that is wild, though. It is wild.
Yeah. I there's just never been an opportunity. I don't know. There's never been an opportunity for me to have one. So, yeah.
True. And British Raven will love the 11:35 start, that's for sure.
Yeah, man, he's the trooper. He
really is. He really is. All right, Kevin. Final thoughts on kind of the Orioles right now. How are we feeling?
Game stunk, but put things in perspective, and they're just fine, as Ryan likes to say. I mean, again, like I know that Ryan says that, and like that's his thing and everything, but when the Orioles aren't fine, like they're not fine. But we all believe that they are because it's a long season. And we're not going to sit here and overreact to a loss. We're also not going to sit and overreact to a win, by the way. We can say a win is awesome, but they don't win the World Series off of a win, right? So it goes both ways. But I think it has to go both ways where, a win in June does not mean anything. It's great, but it doesn't mean anything. A loss in June doesn't mean anything either, even though it sucks. It's the same thing July, August, September. All that matters is October. We literally saw that. If you want a case, we literally bring up the Rangers every single time we talk about it. So I think they're fine. I really do. I know, again, it's Ryan's thing, but I will say it for him. The O's are fine. Game sucked.
The O's are fine.
You flush it and move on.
The Orioles are fine. They're fine. Most wins in the American League. And at the end of the day, if you do that, keep up that pace. Well, I guess we had the 1 seed last year, so I'm not going to say we'll be great, but you give yourself an opportunity. And what have we told everyone since the beginning of the season, Kevin? All that matters is you make it to the dance. We saw last year the Rangers and the Diamondbacks both were not in a playoff spot with 2 weeks before the season ended, and then they both met in the World Series. So the most important part of the season is making the dance, and then throw everything out the window. It's a whole new season. So the Orioles are fine. Make it to October, compete, and then go win a damn ring. What else we got, Kevin? Anything before we head out?
Do we want to play the clip of the running down the hallway, or do you have stuff to do? Do you want to head out and I'll do it, or?
Play the clip. Yeah, play the clip.
I don't even know if I have the clip. Do you have them? I can share my screen with the video and just kind of do the process, maybe. Or do you have it? Because do you have the reaction and then the actual run?
Yes, I think I have both on Twitter.
Okay. Because let's just bring the vibes back before we head out. If you weren't here for our late night stream, obviously the game started very late last night. We went live, and once 2 a.m. happens, that's the real. Actually, Zach. Oh, okay, wait. So what is this? Oh yeah.
It's the Amy Miller, you're the man. Made that, sprint speed, not the greatest, Kevin.
I was flying, man. I felt fast when I was.
One more
that.
time, and this is only part of it. Kevin went down that entire hallway one more time. What were you carrying in your arm?
I had all my stuff with me. I had my computer charger, my phone charger, my headphones. You can see it. Look, you can see I have my chargers.
Oh my God. What a.
So, yes, I sprinted down an entire host, which, by the way, there is another late game tomorrow. 9:40 is when the Orioles kick off against the A's, which means I will probably have that entire hotel to myself again. So,
it's going to be another fun night on Zach. Kevin and Zach Reacts.
Yeah. So hopefully they win that one. The vibes were super high. So, yeah, man. We always have a time here, so be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Again, we will be getting a new channel started up here soon. Have a new logo, new memberships, new everything. And it's not being disassociated with Ryan Ripken and the Ryan Ripken show and everything. Just another part of that empire, as people love to call it. So we will continue to do that. But for the meantime, Kevin and Zach Reacts lives right here on this channel, where we do live reactions after every single Orioles game. And also, I think we have some stuff planned for the trade deadline coming up now, less than a month away, which is crazy to think about. So we'll be doing stuff like that. And then Ryan Ripken show live Mondays and Thursdays. Again, not one today because the 4th of July. So we took the day off, but be back on Monday. I think we're trying to line up some very good guests. We always seem to get some really quality guests on. So
that's
man. Should always a good time. Always a good time.
Yeah, but we'll see everyone tomorrow after the game, as the Orioles will start up against the Oakland Athletics in Oakland for a 3-game series. O's dropped the series finale today, but end up taking 2 of 3 versus the Mariners. Have a 4th of July. Happy 4th of July. Have a day, have a night, and we will see you all back here tomorrow. Chee-wee-wees.